Most people think growing a thriving online community takes months or even years. But what if I told you that we did it in weeks? 6 months ago, we were stuck at 119 members inside of our community. And now here we are with over 1,100 members and growing by 10 to 15 people every single day. We're also top 100 in Skool Communities, and we're number 51 in the money category, which is business. And we built a highly engaged, profitable group that people actually want to show up and be a part of, and they actually tell their friends about it. If you see these leaderboard numbers, they're insane. The amount of time, effort, and energy that our members show up and put into helping each other, building relationships, and helping their businesses grow and thrive is insanely cool. And we started exactly where you are today. And the best part, we did it without posting all day, without burning out, or waiting forever for things to actually take off. So if you're struggling to get traction in your community, or worse, it feels like you've started, but you've actually lost momentum, keep watching, because I'm going to break down the 3 strategies that we use actively to build a thriving community. Strategy number 1 is to leverage your list. Alex Hormozi says it best. You really just need 10 active founding members to have a solid foundation for your community. The problem is that most people launch and they don't have those active members. So anybody new that they add into that community, there's nothing going, and so they don't want to be the first ones to kick it off. So if you have 10 people that you know, like, and trust that could be a good fit to be the founding members, start there. So this is where you need to be leveraging your list. Strategy number 1 is leverage your list. Make sure that you're leveraging your phone contacts, social media followers, existing clients, or basically just anybody that you feel like is in your existing audience that could be a good fit to become a founding member for your community. Get loud. Share the fact that what you're launching and connect them to the vision of ultimately what you're trying to create here. This makes it so anybody additional that you add comes on top of this 10 active and engaged founding members, meaning they're going to come into a community that's already off the ground. Strategy number 2 is you need to get known in other communities, online and offline, where your ideal members are hanging out. The first mistake that we see people make is that they try to grow in isolation. If nobody knows you, why would they join your community? So you could have the most valuable resources, program, and the best knowledge in the world, but if nobody knows about it, then it's going to be crickets inside your community. So we've got to get known by adding value in other communities. This is about you being loud. So instead of spamming likes, we engaged. We answered questions, started conversations, and gave away value. And people started to become curious about who we were and what we were doing. And so they would find us, find our community, and they would join. Now we grow an average of 10 to 15 people per day who find us organically because of all the work we've already done. So pro tip, if you're using Skool, get ranked on the leaderboards inside of the communities where your ideal members are already hanging out. They'll start to see you as the authority and as the known expert inside of this space. So the more active and helpful you are, the more that people are going to notice you. You've got to be active and engaged. People have to start to see you as the go-to expert and authority on this topic. They're going to check out your profile and they're going to join your community organically. If you want a full breakdown of exactly how we use Skool as a funnel for our business, step by step, I have a 42-page PDF that I've also turned into a mini course that's yours absolutely free inside of our free community. So if you also want to see how we're growing our free community, it's best to just see it from the inside. It's the first link in the description to join our Skool community. Strategy number 3 that we use is we constantly are running challenge and creating momentum inside of our community. So once we get people interested, we want to make sure that they're continuing to show up. We don't want them to just join where you have 60,000 members inside and only 5 people are really active. We don't want to see that happen. And so we've got to make this a place where they want to continue to show up, post, engage with their friends, and really get to know each other. We want them to be excited to actually use your community. And so that's why we launch challenges. Anytime our engagement feels a little bit lower, we say, great, what's the next challenge that we can launch? So challenges create urgency. People don't want to miss out. And when you do these right, they can create a high energy environment that makes people really want to engage and show up in your community and get to know each other. So our goal was 10 new members per day. And really within the first couple of weeks of starting to get known in other communities, share the fact that we were doing this, add value other places like social media and drive them back to our community, we really started to hit that consistently. And when you get momentum, the algorithm's going to start to kick in. People are going to start to notice you. They're going to start to refer you out to their friends, and then suddenly, boom, you're growing on autopilot. So here's your action step for the third strategy is to really pick a challenge topic that aligns with your community's mission and run it for at least 7 to 30 days as a challenge for your members. This also gives you something to talk about on social media or reason to message people because you have this challenge going on, which is a great way to get into conversation about your community. So if you're here thinking, this is going to take forever, let this be proof that it doesn't have to. It might be a little hard in the first couple of weeks as you're trying to navigate how you're going to do this successfully. But once you've got a good system and once you're in a rhythm, things start to take off. So number one is leverage your list. Number two is get known in other communities and spaces where your members are hanging out. Number three is run a challenge to boost that engagement. When you execute these strategies, you're not just going to grow a little. You're going to create a highly engaged, profitable community fast. If you want my full step-by-step roadmap, grab the free 42-page PDF in the description below and make sure to join our Skool community so you can see behind the scenes of exactly how we're doing this and how it works real time. So drop a comment below. What's the biggest thing holding you back from growing your community? I'll be answering every single one.